Thank you, all my audiences, and I'm sure that you are not being joked here, but you are being given the knowledge which fulfills the gap arise when you join an organization and starts your duty, especially HR department I am talking about. Why I am talking about only HR department, but HR pillar is the main pillar who invite the people, deal with the people, appoint the people, and again deal with the people throughout the stay in their organization. The role of HR department is not very easy. People trust on your talk, and they most of the time they don't meet with the director and board people until or unless there is the position of the higher rank, that as per protocol they have to go for the finalization to the board director, chairman and managing director or executive director, who he may be. So people are banking on your trusting your talk, and they are joining the organization. So your role, you as a pillar, is playing on the front and dealing with the people and their life, their professional values. They expect lot of fulfillment from you, and you explain and take the people in confidence time to time, clarifying the situation. I spoke to you in my previous version about the importance of appointment letter and what contents at least should have. Taking it further, the role of a HR department does not gets over here that I have issued letter of appointment, my role is over. Now keep on giving salary, identity card, stationery and workstation, and let the people work and forget for any time and every time. No. Again I say, now your role starts. Your role as HR at the different stages is the different. So when you give an appointment letter, completed the induction program, put the person on the job station, work station, then what is your responsibility? Responsibility of concerned HOD is he will he will assign the task of the day, he will take the work completion, non-completion, he will fire, he will hire his mind again and again, and he will say that complete the task of the day, and after 6 months he comes and he says, HR department, that this person is not good enough. Give a thought. 6 months you have paid the salary. So salary is not overhead. If person successfully completed the probation period and continuing in the organization, but it becomes overhead and waste in the organization if person after 6 months, 7 months, after 6 months, 4 months, 5 months, he is being said that no, this person is not worth to retain. So whatever salary you have paid, who is going to reimburse it? Who is going to compensate it? Think as a owner. Don't think like an employee that my work is over. Your work is started. You are the MD of the company. professionally. MD, main MD, financer, owner, he is depending on you, he is banking on you that yes, Dr. Srivastava is there as a head of HR man, he is taking the call. So, as soon first month is the introductory. Second month, see how he is moving on the work. Third month, what is his speed picking up. Fourth month, what speed he has picked up. In between 3 month and 4 month or maximum 5th month, you have to take the call. If he is not performing, call him with the coordination of concerned HOD and tell him, convey him message, boss, pull up your socks, you are not performing, or you are performing. Then you do this way or that way. Then you will be confirmed after 3 months or 6 months, whatever period you have put it. But again, you keep it in mind as per the legitimate fulfillment. He will perform, he will sure perform. If you are showing him the mirror of his act and activities and keeping him away from the organizational politics, he will give his best. And little bit, if he is not meeting, as I advised, call him, convey him, give a call to pull up his socks, and very sure he will get the confirmation based upon his performance and improvement shown. So thus, the importance of confirmation letter and the norms of the confirmation should be fulfilled in accordance to the professional parameters. And I will say, or what I have practiced, that well before one day evening before he calls up the day, keep the confirmation letter ready and give him in his hand. But some organization practice to give the confirmation letter the day his confirmation is due. Okay, that is also okay. That is also motivating. But very disappointing that few of the organization are still in the 21st century, they are practicing not to pay attention on the confirmation time, terms, conditions, and don't give the letter of appointment. It is very risky to the organization and to the employee too. You are the factor. Management is the factor of the demoralization in such organization and to such people. So per person productivity will go down, and person, instead of paying full attention in the organization to give his best, he will start pulling himself on the back bench, and you can not get the best. So confirmation letter religiously should be practiced, and respecting to the time norms set in the letter of appointment, it should be given, and more appreciable if it can be given as a tool of motivation, as I discussed that before a day or on the day. Don't try to look here and there, then if he does this, then if he does that, then no if and buts. As per the terms and conditions set in the letter of appointment, try to meet, and therefore you can dictate to employee that please give me result in time, because whatever are due, I am fulfilling well before the due time. Hope for the best to all my HR professional, to all my audiences. If they are getting this kind of the opportunity, then they will be playing this role very effectively. Thank you very much. Since it will be related to the national health also, national values and practices also, I say thank you very much. Jai Hind.